My boss won't fire me and I can't quit. I worked for this company for a year, and due to a severe lack of options and being in need of work experience, I let myself stay in a situation where I had no labor rights apart from my salary. After a year of improvement of my skills, lots of unpaid overtime, a lot of IT and stressful borderline abusive feedback and belittling, my boss wants me to sign a contract that would formalize everything and make it seem like I am a freelancer and not his employee. Another thing employers do to dodge taxes and planning for 2024. I asked for a raise that would make my life comfortable and balance out the stress that comes from the job. My request I asked 3 times was denied. I need him to fire me because that way I would be within my rights to take him to court for all the labor rights he's avoided in this year. But I think he knows that would happen. So he won't fire me. And I won't quit because it would benefit him. I don't know what to do. He said it between the lines that I would be unhireable because he knows everyone in the industry. I feel like giving up entirely. Don't sign it. Don't do unpaid OT. Work your 40, then leave, slowly scaling back your productivity to normal human levels and let him fire you. You don't need to be fired if your rights have been violated, just report him. Don't sign it. Just keep working until he's forced to fire you. I wonder if you can reach out to a labor board in your area? Do not sign that paperwork at all, ever. If I had $1 every time I heard that my boss knows everybody in the industry and no one else is gonna hire me, don't be naive. Start calling lawyers. A good lawyer will tell you how to outsmart him and, effectively, get paid to do it. His threat to blackball you will come back to haunt him. If he's stupid enough to put in writing, you'll own his ass. Assuming you are in the U.S., companies have costs like Social Security and unemployment insurance and work comp associated with employees that don't apply to freelancers. If you agree to it, those costs will be transferred to you. Even if you decide not to do anything right now, talk to the local Department of Labor and find out what documentation you will need to prove these violations later. He said it between the lines that I would be unhireable because he knows everyone in the industry. I'm really curious what this industry is because I just don't see a 20-year-old having much of a career to end. Don't sign and get less productive by the day. He may know everyone in the industry but probably not. A threat like that is made to keep you there. You are young and he is exploiting you. See if you can find another job and quit. Get another job first, then quit. Don't tell him until you have already been 100 hired by another company. Whatever you do, do not sign a contract of any kind. You are seriously gaslighted. I mean, really. Report him and start looking for another job ASAP. Stop working the OT. Only do what is reasonable within your role. Do not sign that letter. Simply go about your normal day until he is forced to fire you. Also, you can report him without him firing you. There are no rules anywhere that say you have to be fired before you can report an employer for violating labor laws. Whomever told you that did not know what they were talking about. An employer can absolutely owe you back pay without firing you. Incidentally, most employers will fire an employee that they think reported them for labor law violations. So that would really kill 2 birds with 1 stone. My boss won't fire me and I can't quit. Mahoney, GIF Giphy 10 JRKD8 WVBMQE8. Sounds like you probably don't need him to fire you to take him to court. Go as on our legal advice though because these people are dummies. What country are you in? Where I live every employee has rights protected by law. Surely just phone in sick for months till they fire or just don't show up. That's how I got sacked last time. Go missing. don't answer phone, or just do really shit unacceptable work. One idiot can't know everyone in an industry, and if he did, they'd all know he's a scumbag. That said, you're 20. In your lifetime you will change careers at least 7 times. Not jobs. Whole ass careers. So let's start at 1. What is it that you'd like to do for your first career, and what region are you in? What state you in? Not paying OT is highly illegal. You need to file a complaint with your state's labor board. He won't fire you? Tell him you're not doing unpaid overtime anymore. See how long that will last. Also, don't work for free. The next time he asks you to do unpaid overtime, ask him whether he considers you a charity that serves the purpose of making him a successful businessman who survives on the exploitation of his employees. See if he likes that idea. Take down all dates and times that you worked for free and any other meaningful metric, and when he denies you a raise again, ask him how much his fine will be for labor violations when you present list to the labor board. Don't be the only one to suffer. Always share the pain. He won't fire me, and I won't quit, is stopping you from just not showing up to work and continuing to receive a paycheck? You don't need to be fired. Look up constructive dismissal. Most naive comment I have ever heard is believing this is career suicide. This douche has literally no power and is breaking the law and expecting you to just fall into his trap, and you fucking are. Wake up. Don't put up with IYT. Quit. File for unemployment benefits. When you get denied, you'll get the chance to ask for a hearing. It's there, where you'll be able to put all your cards on the table. He'll have to respond. You might get the overtime pay you were denied, plus get the actual unemployment, because of hostile working conditions. Document the violations. Report to the appropriate authority. There's no permanent work record. He gave you the out, he send you a contract to sign. Amend it to where it is acceptable to you without being hilariously unreasonable, and tell him you'll sign it with the amendments. He won't. So ask what's next. If he can't agree to the employment terms, the answer is you are no longer employed. Sounds like he's also taking huge advantage of your naivete as a young worker. He's using a lot of scare tactics to influence you to give up your labor rights willingly. You can gather any and all evidence of labor right infringement right now and report him. He cannot reprimand you for any labor disputes. Otherwise, he's opening himself to more infractions. He's just trying to keep you under his thumb. Run him into the ground. I feel like we're missing context here. Are you currently working freelance? Did you sign something previously? Lawyer up and have your lawyer look at any document your boss wants you to sign. You can take him to court anyway. Contact an employment attorney. If you're in the United States and you have not been paid overtime, you can make a claim with the United States Department of Labor Wage and Hour Division. You can still be employed there. Retaliation is against the law. Sounds like this guy's violated quite a few laws. Why do you think you have to be fired to report him? Okay, just don't show up anymore. Don't sign the contract. The rest will work itself out. Get downsized versus fired. While working this plan, get an exit strategy to move to different employment. Don't sign anything. The old I know, yeah, they all know he's a dick. Tell him you're happy to sign a freelance contract with him. Your rate is 3x what you are currently being paid. If he says no, that could be considered dismissal. Not legal advice. Keep looking for other jobs. Don't concern yourself with who he knows or what he might say about you. He's taking advantage and he knows it.